morning meeting whereby we will be learning, understanding self-publishing. As you know, we like to have a lot of fun. Our guest speaker today is deep in the woods. And because she's deep in the woods, we will not be seeing her face, computer technology, but we will hear her voice. So what we can do, Ms. Williams, I'm going to introduce you last. So if we could, if everyone could just tell us who you are in a quick 7 seconds, and no particular order. I'm just going how you are on my screen, and I'm gonna go with Hilda.
That was actually funny that you should ask that I go first because I'd rather just get it over. 7 seconds I have.
Yes.
My name's Hilda Anderson. I work for Village Tavern in many capacities. I am representing them in marketing, also in building the community. So I'm here to not only listen and learn, but also to offer all of you a venue to come enjoy the restaurant.
Letting you go longer, Hilda. That was like about
15. Oh, I
15.
thought you said I have 7 seconds.
That was longer than 7.
Oh, sorry. Jeez. Wow. Way to call me out on that one.
No problem. It's fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it. You need to go through my training.
She's never been in radio.
I would be bad in radio.
Right. We'll go with Renee.
Good morning, Renee Creighton, CEO and founder of RLC Hospitality and Travel, doing sales and marketing for hotels in the Conyers, Covington, Stonecrest Mall area.
Thank you. Eartha.
Good morning. I am Eartha Levy with Pulsekeeper CPR. We provide CPR and first aid training for those in the medical field and those looking to study, such as doctors and nurses. Again, I'm Eartha with Pulsekeeper CPR.
Thank you. Kim.
Good morning. My name is Kim Hudson Gray, and I am the founder of Deluxe Body Bars, and I make all natural body moisturizers.
Thank you. Cynthia.
Hi, Cynthia McAllister, owner of Quality SAP, where we provide free promotion for your small business on our KeySpot mobile app. Visit www.keyspotapp.com/free.
Thank you. Ken.
Hey, good morning, Ken Fainer, the social glue, social media marketing, and email marketing that sticks.
Thank you, Ken. Sonia Boatwright.
Good morning, everyone. This is Sonia Boatwright speaking. I am a health advisor, licensed all across the USA. Use me as a resource for anyone that didn't manage to get onto open enrollment. Thank you.
Thank you. Maxine. You're on mute, Maxine.
Came on last in a rush. I took the 7 seconds already, but I'm Maxine Barnett. I help you and guide you through your transformation if you're looking to change jobs, transition into entrepreneurship, whatever change, or even do business across the globe. I help you on that journey as you seek to transform and change your behavior.
Thank you, Maxine. Timay.
Hey, I am today's Shannon W2S Marketing, where to start marketing, and I specialize in all your social media needs.
Thank you. Miss Smith.
Good morning. I'm Tawanya Smith with Right Choice Motors used car dealership located in Covington, Georgia.
Stacy Porter.
Hey, good morning, everybody. My name is Stacy Porter. I'm with Porter Global Security, the principal consultant, and I conduct risk assessments on your businesses, schools, and also your houses of worship.
Thank you. Inez.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Inez Powell, owner of Blissful Yoga and Massage. I am a sex expert, sex educator, sex coach for singles and couples.
Thank you, madam. Everybody knows me, Sinclair, your success coach and business trainer. I do want to apologize. I was looking down at my phone. Oh, we got Miss Williams on real quick before I introduce you. I was apologize for looking at my phone. Someone was trying to get into the Zoom meeting, so I had to text them the Zoom information. So I want to thank everybody for joining. Thank you so much. I'm so happy, excited, and delighted to have Miss Lavenda Williams. I met her. Oh my gosh, this is my first time seeing her. But I met her, I want to say probably, oh my gosh, probably 10, 13 years ago.
Yes.
Via Facebook. And at that time, I was, the 5,000 folks on Facebook and, within the authors group, and she asked me to write the foreword to one of her books. which I was more than happy to do. And then we started sharing some information. And in that process, I had just finished publishing my first book, which cost me a boatload of money. And through her counsel, which was free at that time, she told me about some other options. And from those other options, I was able to publish 5 more books. So thank you, Ms. Rich. I have a total of 6 working on 7. So I owe a great deal of my knowledge through her. So she is the owner and founder of Candy Publishing, and she's going to explain to us about understanding self-publishing. So the floor is yours. You got, let's say 20 minutes, however
Okay.
you want to do it.
20 minutes. Okay. Hello,
You don't have to take all
everyone.
20 if you don't want.
Okay, wonderful. I'm a short speaker. Okay. Thank you all for, thank you, Dr. Gray, for inviting me. First of all, Candy Publishing wasn't something that I had a business plan for. I like to write, and I was looking for a publisher for books. I felt like I had something to say. I felt like it was meaningful, and I wanted to write a book. I'm a control freak, so I wanted control of my book. So I chose not to go the traditional route with publishing and self-publish. I did some research and typed in and Googled self-publishing companies, and of course, hundreds of links will come up. What most writers don't realize is that publishers prey on writers. They prey on new authors, new publishers, because they know that you don't have the knowledge of what it takes to self-publish yourself. Because if you did, you probably wouldn't pay $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 to get your book published. So my company, Candy Publishing, is actually in transition now, whereas I used to offer all the services, ghostwriting and everything, but I want to kind of clear my plate and do some writing of my own and publish some of my own books. So I'm coaching and I'm helping writers learn the ins and outs and the little secrets that I know about self-publishing. If you are computer savvy, it's very easy. And that's where most of my customers come from, is because they don't feel comfortable with the computer. They don't feel comfortable with using Word. They don't feel comfortable with using a program that is very popular now called InDesign, that is a publishing program. It can be a little intimidating, but I taught myself to do it. So if I can do it, you can do it also. It just makes it a lot easier. One of the things that I notice about those who self-publish is that they want to cut corners. So you don't want a book that's full of errors, not just grammatical and spelling errors, but you want to spend money on a good editor to help the flow of your book, paragraph placement. You think that you have a great book, you've got the next bestseller, but you want an editor to help you make your good book and a great book. So I say, if you're going to cut costs on anything, don't let it be an editor. Don't edit yourself. And it's okay if you want to pick a friend who has an English degree or a degree in English. Oh, you can edit my book. But are they qualified to edit for the flow of your book? You want a page turner, not just a bunch of information that's grammatically error-free. Another thing I notice with those who want to self-publish is content. It's okay if you want to publish a book with 30 pages, but if you get someone who knows how to write, how to create content, why not allow them to help you get some of that information out of your brain and on paper? They can give you some prompts or ask some questions to help you realize that your book can possibly carry on a little bit more information that you ever realized. So whether you're writing a book to leave a legacy, to share your business, I listen to the businesses that you all have. Every one of you all can have a book on your business. If you know something, that something can be a book. How-to books are very popular. If you want to leave a legacy on family history, if you want to write a memoir, most people don't know that memoirs are not just one book. The difference in a memoir and an autobiography is that an autobiography is chronologically written from birth to the present, whereas a memoir can be a defining moment in your life. We all have defining moments in our life. Just take, for example, I'm a divorced woman. I left a marriage of 20 years. What makes my story so different than the hundreds of thousands of other divorced women? It's my story, the emotions that I felt, my dark hours, what brought me to the conclusion to get a divorce. Did I contemplate whether to stay? All these questions. So you want your readers to actually feel your experience, not just write about it. So a lot of people may say, well, I don't have a story. Everybody has a story. You may not know how to write your book, but I say, write everything that you know about your topic, whether it's about you, your business, your family history, whatever the book is, everything you know about that piece of information about your topic. And don't say, oh, that can't go in the book. Anything can go in the book. Just write it all down, get it all out of your head and on paper. And then when it's time to compose the book, then you can decide, or your editor can decide, what might be helpful in the book or what might not be helpful. So before you spend a whole bunch of money on a publisher, I always say do research. So I used to have workshops before the pandemic, travel to different cities and states and have workshops to inform and educate writers on the ins and outs of publishing, because you can be on Facebook or social media and you'll see publishers come up. If you've been searching, you'll see them come up in your timeline. You say, oh, I like this publisher. But did you know there are different types of publishers? Traditional publishers, independent publishers, self-publishers who will publish whatever you give them without editing. And then there's the do-it-yourself publishers. So I always say, do some research on what you're going to do. So that's why I like informing and giving workshops. Why not try to self-publish? I self-publish because I like control. You go with a traditional publisher, you may get an advance from a traditional publisher and even an advance on a second book if you have a badass book. Everybody wants to write now. And believe it or not, this pandemic season, unfortunately, it's a gold mine for writers now. It's a gold mine. People, for whatever reason, are reading more, wanting to be more informed about what's going on in the world, wanting new ways to find their new normal, looking for home-based businesses, looking for businesses that can thrive through the pandemic. Books that are being written now, if they're written well, are selling. I can't explain it, but that's why I kind of want to clear my table. I've got some words that I want to share. So everybody has a book within them. It's what are you going to do with it? So my mantra is don't die with the book in you. Don't die with the book in you. If you're going to leave a legacy of your family, yourself, your business, leave your legacy in print. And it costs very little. It probably would cost more for me to coach you than it would for you to print your book. There are several platforms that you can use to print your book, to publish your book. Again, it's just the research. So before you go and pay a bunch of money to a publisher, even a self-publisher, you got Lulu online, you've got all these different publishers, and you've probably seen them if you've researched, that have all of these different packages that you can, it's a selling point. It is a selling point. You're probably saying, well, why am I sharing all the information when I could be getting business? It's because I know what I went through with my first book. I spent money that I didn't have to. I wasted time. Would I do it all over again? I would. It was a learning experience, but it truly helped me. And others began to ask me to help them write and publish their books. And voila, I had a publishing company. I stopped doing it, giving information for free, and I made a business out of it. So it's been about 6-7 years that I've had Candy Publishing, and Candy Publishing is even doing a magazine now, and it's titled The Other Woman Magazine. That's part of the marketing. The name has nothing to do with what's inside. And that goes again with choosing a title for your book. You want something that's catchy. So when I say it, The Other Woman, some of you probably say, what is that about? The other woman. It has nothing to do. So nothing to do with what you might have thought. And if I showed you the cover, you'd probably be like, well, dang, what's she really talking about? So you want a cover and a title that's going to attract attention. You want people to pick up your book, read the title and say, wow, what is that about? You want them to turn it on the backside, read what it's about, and possibly that can help them make a decision if they want to purchase your book or not. Books about comedy, it could be funny, it could be sad, whatever you have a desire to write, or you have a friend that wants to write a book. Everyone has a story. Grandparents leaving their legacy. There's so much history 6 feet under. There's so much family history. There's so many recipes. There's so many thoughts and ideas underground. So I always say, don't die with the book in you. It doesn't have to be a 300-400 page book. People don't want to sit and read those kind of books anyway. They're too long, too overwhelming. I know I don't. I picked up War and Peace at the suggestion of my father when I was a teenager. And I'm like, I'm not reading that big book. Have you guys seen War and Peace? No, thank you. So some of the compliments I get on my books is that you can read them in a setting. And I speak to women. I speak to women's issues. I'm a transparent writer, so you can brand yourself. Whatever your business is, you can brand yourself with your first book. And most people don't realize that marketing is 90% of your book. Writing is only 10%. And most authors fail with marketing because marketing should begin, rule of thumb is 6 to 9 months, sometimes even a year out before you release your book. But we want to wait until the book is finished and say, hey, I got a book. But it's like opening up a shoe store. You don't wait until the shoe store is open. You get your customers, your potential customers excited about the book. You want about the store. You want them to can't wait for it to open. Okay, you showed us all these shoes and we can't wait. The same is with your book. And when you sell it, you want to sell it like you have a cure for a disease. No one can sell your book, your story, like you can. And I just realized when I said, all of you all with businesses, you could write a how-to book or some background on your business and share it along with your business. I think I heard Ms. Gray say something about body butter or body soaps or what. That got my attention because I've been looking for body butter for a long time. I want some homemade body butter. So how can that be turned into a book? How did you start your business? How did you start a home-based business? Or how did you get it out of the home into the world? How are you keeping it alive during a pandemic? These books, believe it or not, sell because people want to know. They want to know the background of your business. They want to know the background of your life. So if I can, in closing, the Other Woman magazine, it is a flower, but most people see something else. And I use the same cover for every magazine. I just changed the title. And I had no idea how it was going to take off, but readers started asking for subscriptions. Why? Because I'm transparent. It's not just my writing, it's different women and men now who are sharing articles because they wanted a part of this. And it's all about the name. They love the name, they love the cover. So remember that marketing part when you get ready to publish your book. You want a cover that's going to pop off the page. You don't want to go to Google and find an image that people have already seen. You want something unique, something original, and you want a trending topic, something that's kind of offbeat and not generic. You just want to be unique. You want your book to be set apart from all the other books that are already out there. And in closing, this is just one tip I'll leave before I go. If anyone is thinking about writing a book, there are 2 things that you need to ask yourself. Who are you writing to and why you're writing the book? Who are you writing to? You can't say all women, all men, all children. If you were to go with a traditional publisher, they want about 5 pages written on who your market is for your book. They want you to be specific in your description, race, gender, background, status. Say if you were writing a book about alcoholics, are you writing a book for recovering alcoholics? Is it for men who are alcoholics, women who are alcoholics, alcoholics between the ages of 18 and 30, alcoholics who want to recover, alcoholics who have come through and through challenges? Be very specific in your who. So as you're writing your book, you write to that specific group that you define. And the second is why. Why are you writing your book? Do you just want to write a book for family to enjoy, family and friends, which is fine? Do you want to write a book to say, hey, I'm a published author. Here is my book. Do you want to write a bestseller? Do you want to help with the cure for an issue? Do you have a solution to a problem? Do you have something to say that you know other people probably want to say it and don't? Networking. Dr. Gray, your networking. People don't realize there are different techniques, different styles of networking. And most of the networking groups that I've gone to, it's like, okay, you know, somebody needs to write a book on the right way to network. Different businesses network different ways. And I love the way this platform and how you gave everyone the opportunity to share. That's a book. And you say, well, that would be a book about 10 pages long. Well, if you find a content creator, you could have a really good book on networking, why you should network, who you should network with, specific people to target when you network. How do you network if you're an introvert? How do you tone down your networking if you're an extrovert? Do you hand your business cards to everyone? Is that proper? Do you all know? Do you just go and hand your card to everyone, or is that improper? If I didn't ask for your business card, is it the right thing to do for you to just share it with me? So these are like networking etiquette that can go in a book. So don't think that your business doesn't have a book. I can figure out a book for your business. That's just what I do. That's just something that a gift that I have. I can turn this fan into a book. I can help you with content. And that's what you want to do. And I would do that for this group here, just for Dr. Gray inviting me on. If you are interested in writing a book and you think you might need some help with content or direction or whatever, I will give everyone a free 30-minute consult. Just let me know. I'm not going to charge you for anything, just to show my appreciation for Dr. Gray, who wrote the foreword for my book. And we had not even met, but I appreciated his motivation messages that he used to send out via email. And they just touched me. It was like he was speaking to me. So I wanted someone to write a foreword that could reach people, that could touch hearts and minds. So if you're looking for someone to write a foreword, you either want someone on a national level to help sell the book, or someone who is out in the public, someone who's not afraid to speak the truth. You want someone who is, I hate to say somebody, to write your foreword. You don't want your cousin to write your foreword if they don't know anything about your subject. Right. Just certain little tips and things. Right. So that's about, I don't know if I talked for 20 minutes or not, but I know fine. I'm tired of talking.
Thank you so much, Ms. Williams. I know Eartha has a question for you. So okay, we only got like about maybe a little bit, just a little bit more than 10 minutes. So let's make questions quick. I know Eartha's quick.
Okay. So yes, I thank you again for sharing your knowledge with us, and I will definitely be contacting you. But my question is, you mentioned several times different lengths of books. What determines, or I guess maybe that's something I should talk to you offline. How do you determine what information you have? Because listening to you, the one thing that the idea that I want to put into a book, now it sounds like it's probably 10 books. And how do you determine the proper length of a book?
Well, you really don't. I always say books write themselves. And so that's part of your why. Why are you writing the book? What do you want? What message do you want to send in the book? Who are you trying to reach? That's why being so specific with your who and your why. But I also say, write everything down, everything down. Don't try to write a book. Just put your thoughts on paper and then let the book come together after you get all of that information, after you regurgitate your life or whatever it is that you're writing about. Get it all on paper. It doesn't have to be in any kind of order. I usually have notes everywhere. My first book wasn't a book, it was a journal. And I was just upset and pissed off and just used to write, turned it into a book. And that book that was written in 2009 is still my bestseller book. Yeah, so don't worry about the number of pages, just write.
Miss Williams,
Yes.
I'm also a self-publisher. I wrote a book as well. And a lot of the tips that you talked about, I used those and got an editor. So my question is, you mentioned that 90% of it is marketing.
Yes.
So what tips do you have about the marketing aspect of your book?
To find someone who's experienced in that, because I am not. I also fail at marketing my book. But you have to be on social media. I'm actually working with some authors now who are not on Facebook, who are not on Instagram. I don't know how to help you. You go where the people are. You got to go where the people are, regardless of your subject. And everyone's on a computer now, cell phones, everyone's looking down. So if you have a great title, you want to go to those places where your who is. Find groups that are defined in your who. Find groups that are affiliated with your who. Your cold market, your warm market, just like in selling, your hot market. Because after you sell to your family and friends and you run them down about your new book, you're going to hear crickets. So you have to expand. I'm not a marketeer, and I'm very bold in saying that, but you want to find someone who is experienced. And I believe there was someone here in the group that said social media needs or whatever. I do all of my own marketing. I know I need to pay some money to help because the magazine, people are asking for subscribers, so I buy Facebook ads, but I know there's something else. So I'm not the expert, I'm a writer, but I went through a conference with the authors of Chicken Soup for the Soul, and that was one of the things that they mentioned is that 90% marketing and that 10% writing. So I can't answer anymore. That's all I know. I'm not going to try to act like I do.
Thank you.
Anybody got questions? We got a little bit, 5 minutes left. Okay, Hilda and then Maxine.
I don't have a question for Miss Williams. I just wanted to say thank you. There you are, for being here. Thank you, Sinclair, for having this lovely lady here. You're very well spoken. You are, your words are well received. I will be reaching out to you, and thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
and
you
I love
so
your
much.
color. The
Thank
purple.
you.
Okay. We got Maxine from California. Did you have a question, Maxine?
Yes, I do, Ms. Williams. Thank you so much, and I will reach out to you. But my question is, so I jot down and I jot down and I jot down my thoughts, and when do I know, oh, it's time to move forward with the book?
You will know. There's not going to be a specific time. You will know where you just can't write anymore. But whoever is helping you with content, most of the time you will think you're finished. But if I were to ask you some questions and say, what about this? What about this? You'll realize, okay, maybe I'm not finished. And that's why it's important to get help. Don't wait until the book is finished to ask for help. Start in the beginning, because I will just pull questions, things out of you that you probably don't think about. One, that's the journalism part of me is asking questions. And you may not be objective enough. We're not objective enough about ourselves to inquire. You know, people want to know. We're nosy, we're curious, and you'd be surprised what people want to know.
Thank you. Thank you. I will be reaching out to you.
All right.
Thank you.
Perfect. Anybody has any other questions?
Hi, happy Monday, everyone. Dr. Milan Sable here. I just wanted to say thank you so much for sharing your thoughts and ideas as far as your work progress. And thank you so much for sharing with this group. It's a very motivational, positive group. And I look forward to reaching out to you in the future. Thank you so much, Dr. Sinclair, for always including us. God bless you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Oh, okay.
No,
Anyone else have a question? Well, let me ask you a quick question real quick, Ms. Williams, and I don't want to time you. If you can put, you have a question, Stacy? Go ahead, Stacy, if you have a question.
No question. I was just going to ask everybody saying they want to contact you.
I will. Is it best
Okay.
for me to give the Candy Publishing website, Ms. Williams? to everybody?
Candypublishing.net. There is a contact form, or candypublishing1@gmail.com. Email, I will probably respond to email quicker, but candypublishing.net or candypublishing1@gmail.com, or you can inbox me. Candy Publishing has a Facebook page. I'm on Instagram.
Perfect.
Candy Publishing there also.
Thank you. Let me ask you a quick question. And I want to see if we can put this in about a minute and 10 seconds. I come across different authors or, wannabe authors, and they go into these different platforms, independent publishers, whatever, that's going to charge them between $800 to $2,000. They said, we can design your cover, we can do this, and then if you pay more money, we'll market your book. I think one of the things people realize, just because they said they go to market, it doesn't mean that you're going to get business. What would you tell people about companies like that? And I'm not trying to put any companies out there, blasted. What's your suggestion?
My suggestion would be to do your homework, to just research. If you're going to choose one of those companies, to compare. Take a month or two and compare companies. Marketing, you are so correct. They will probably give you a flyer that you can share on Facebook. They will probably give you a website, create a free website for you, which you can do yourself. But no one can sell your story like you can. And even if you're an introvert like me and you don't feel like, I don't know if I can do it, you just got to tear that wall down. I had to. Being on Zoom, I don't like being in public, but if you write a book, people they're going to want to see your face. They're going to want to know who wrote the book. So again, the authors from Chicken Soup for the Soul, when I attended there, it was a teleconference. You got to sell your book like you got the cure for cancer. You got to sell, you just have to. So the Other Woman magazine, that was my coming out. I said, forget the comfort zone, forget the box. I got to come out because, we only have one life. What are you going to wait for? What are you waiting for to come out of your comfort zone? You better do it now with the pandemic. If that didn't get our attention, it got mine. So I don't have a comfort zone. That's why I got this on my cover. I just came all out. So you just gotta sell your book. You gotta open your mouth. And believe it or not, I'm a quiet, kind of shy person. But when you realize that you got more life behind you than you do ahead, you better open your mouth and do whatever it is that you want to do. So sell your book. You just got to come out of your comfort zone and do it yourself.
Perfect. Well, I know that's almost our time. I want to thank you so much. Thank you, everybody, for all the information. The YouTube video will be going out later on this afternoon, so you can share. Just remind, because she did say it was going to be complimentary. If you do reach out to her, at least mention my name or mention Monday's group. That way, it can trigger in her mind.
Yes.
So. Thank you so much. Thank you, Ms. Williams. We will be in contact. Thank you, everybody. Meeting next Monday, working on another speaker. All of you have a great day. Stay safe and make it happen. Take care.
All right.
Thank you.
Have a great day.
Bye.
Thank you. Have a great